Sami woke up on the fourth day of Ramadan feeling tired. The excitement of the first few days had worn off, and now fasting was starting to feel harder. His throat was dry and his stomach growled, reminding him that the day had only just begun. He dragged himself out of bed and went to the kitchen, where his mother was preparing breakfast for his younger sister Layla, who was too young to fast. The smell of fresh bread and honey filled the air, making Sami's hunger even worse. He sighed and sat down, watching Layla eat. "This isn't fair," he muttered under his breath. His mother heard him and smiled. "I know it's hard, Sami, but remember, fasting teaches us patience." Sami frowned. He had heard that before, but today it didn't feel like a lesson. It just felt difficult. He was about to complain when his father walked into the room. "Good morning, Sami. How's my strong fasting warrior today?" Sami shrugged. "I feel hungry and tired, and it's still morning." His father chuckled. "That's normal. But do you know what the Prophet Muhammad said? He said, 'Whoever remains patient, Allah will bestow patience upon him.'" Sami sighed again. "I want to be patient, but it's not easy." His father patted his shoulder. "Patience is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Today, let's work on making your patience stronger." Sami wasn't sure how patience could be practiced, but he decided to try. He went to his room, picked up his book, and started reading to distract himself. But after a few pages, his stomach grumbled again, pulling his focus away. Outside, he heard Layla laughing. He looked through the window and saw her playing with her new toy. He wanted to play too, but he felt too weak. "Why is this day so slow?" he thought. Then he remembered something his teacher had told him. "Time goes faster when you're busy. Maybe I should do something instead of thinking about food." He decided to help his mother in the kitchen. "Mom, can I help?" he asked. She looked surprised but nodded. "Of course, you can wash the vegetables." As he worked, Sami noticed something. Focusing on a task made him forget his hunger for a while. His mother smiled. "See? When we keep busy, the day moves faster." After finishing in the kitchen, he still had time before dua prayer. His father noticed him looking bored and said, "Sami, would you like to go with me to visit Grandpa?" Sami's face lit up. He loved visiting his grandfather, who always told amazing stories. "Yes, let's go!" At his grandfather's house, Sami found him sitting on the porch, sipping tea. "Ah, my little Sami, how is fasting going?" Sami sighed. "It's hard today, Grandpa. I feel so hungry." Grandpa chuckled. "Let me tell you a story. When I was your age, we didn't have big feasts for iftar. We broke our fast with only dates and water." Sami's eyes widened. "Only dates and water?" His grandfather nodded. "Yes, and sometimes we had to wait even longer because we had no food at home. But we learned patience, and patience made us stronger." Sami listened carefully. He had always had plenty of food at iftar, but his grandfather's story made him appreciate it more. His grandfather continued, "When you feel hungry, don't think of it as pain. Think of it as a reminder of those who have nothing to eat at all." Sami thought about the charity they had given the day before. Some people felt hunger every day, not just during Ramadan. His hunger suddenly felt less important. On the way home, Sami felt calmer. His stomach still growled, but his mind was stronger. Maybe patience really is a muscle, he thought. When they got home, Sami still had time before iftar, so he decided to read some Quran. As he recited the verses, he felt peace wash over him. He was no longer counting the minutes. He was enjoying the moment. As Maghrib approached, the house filled with the delicious aroma of iftar. But today, Sami wasn't rushing to the table. He felt proud of himself for making it through the day with patience. When the call to prayer finally came, he took a date and whispered a small prayer before eating. The sweetness of the date felt even better than usual, as if it was a reward for his patience. His father smiled. "How do you feel now, my fasting warrior?" Sami grinned. "Stronger. I think my patience muscle grew today." His mother laughed. "That's wonderful. And the best part? You can keep training your patience every day." That night, as Sami lay in bed, he realized something. Fasting wasn't just about avoiding food. It was about learning self-control, appreciating blessings and growing stronger inside. Before closing his eyes, he whispered a small prayer. Ya Allah, thank you for teaching me patience today. Help me to always be strong. The next morning, he woke up feeling ready for another day of fasting. It wouldn't be easy, but now he knew he had the power of patience inside him. Moral of the story: fasting teaches us patience, and patience makes us stronger. The more we practice it, the easier it becomes. Ramadan is not just about hunger, it's about growing from within.